Hi, 80 Day Obsessors. Hello. I'm going to go live in here too. Hey, we wanted to pop in here. Hey, Instagram family. All right, so we wanted to bring you guys a panel discussion today. So a lot of the times we hear from, tons of different women in this industry. Busy moms, new moms, stay-at-home moms, women who are a little bit older. So we wanted to bring a panel discussion in and talk to you guys about some of the misconceptions, the challenges, the struggles, the obstacles that anybody can overcome and still reach their health goals, their weight loss goals, whatever those might be. So I'm going to have you guys each introduce yourself because they're kind of all from different paths. So who are you, where you're from, and kind of just a tiny bit about your fitness journey so far.
I'm Heather, and I'm from Kansas. And when I first started my journey, I was actually struggling with my weight. I was kind of fighting depression, anxiety, and actually 2 years ago I lost my job. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, so bear with me. So I lost my job, and I ended up gaining quite a bit of weight. I was actually 60 pounds overweight. And then somebody reached out to me, my coach, and I actually ignored her for a whole year. But then I finally just started watching her journey, and it just struck me. I was because I literally had tried everything and nothing seemed to work for me. So I was watching her transformation. I finally reached out to her again, and I ended up signing up pretty much. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do because I didn't have a job at the time. But I literally just signed up just for my health, pretty much to get discounts on the shakes. And then, my first week I ended up actually signing up, a few coaches or a few challengers. So it actually worked out well for me at the time because I really needed something financially to help me, and I just really couldn't afford the shakes at the time. So definitely when I signed up a few people, it helped, pretty much just cover my shakes. But anyway, I went through all that, and I actually ended up losing 54 pounds in 7 months. So I was pretty pumped about that. My first 32 days, I ended up losing 19 pounds. So it was definitely huge for me. That was my huge motivator. I definitely made sure that my first, at least 30 days of doing this, that I had to be consistent. I had to be persistent with everything that I did, stuck to the meal plan, drank my shakes every day. That was definitely one of the things, and it really helped dramatically over my weight loss. I definitely recommend everybody make sure you drink your shakes, make sure you work out every day. If you feel like, you just feel like you can't make it in, just try. It doesn't matter if it's at night or if it's in the morning. You have to make the time to work if you really want success in your weight loss journey, or if you're trying to build muscle or whatever it is, just stay consistent with it. So that's pretty much my story. And then here's Brandy.
Okay. I am from a small town in West Tennessee. I'm coaching about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 months.
Damn, she's good.
Wow. Already at the retreat.
I have that's awesome. 4 boys, and we are involved in everything you can imagine, from the football, the quarterback club, to just everything. And I make time because I get up a little bit earlier every morning to get my workout out in and to help people to start their health and fitness journey. But yes, it is hard because you have 4 kids, and when you get off work, I work full time, and when you get off of work, you have somewhere to be. With 4 kids, you have somewhere to be every day. But I make it a priority for my health to get up every morning early and to get that going. I became a coach because I did Beachbody programs for about 5 years, and I would do the program and then quit. And then a new program would come out, and I was so excited, and I would do the program, and I would do it. And I didn't incorporate the Shakeology in because the first time I mixed it, I could not stand it. It was disgusting. So I sold my bag to somebody else, but I thought I would get messages, or I would go in, we had a Dollar General, we were that small. And I would go in the store, and people would be like, "Did you not work out today? You can coach." I wasn't a coach, and I was like, people are watching me. So I followed Bruce for 6 months on social media, and I was like, maybe I could help people. And that's how I started coaching. But I made it a priority, so I get up earlier in the mornings to knock that workout out before they even get out of the bed. That is the best thing about at-home fitness is you get to do it at home while your kids are sleeping or running around or whatever it is they're doing. But that's my story.
Hi, you guys. I'm holding up the 50 crew, 50 plus. I'm headed towards 51 in April.
51!
You know what? I decided when I was 40, I was sitting at a dinner, and one of my friends, who's 49, said, I just wish 50 would come on so I could get it over with. And I was like, I don't want to enter any age like that where I just want to get it over with. And so as I headed towards 50, I was determined that I wanted to do it a different way. So I began my fitness journey a long time ago. I'm a certified yoga instructor. I love fitness, health my whole life. But in 2010, I was diagnosed with MS and a rare neurological condition, had 6 brain surgeries, and had been back and forth on different medications for the last 7 years. And one of the things that happened because of that was that I couldn't drive at certain times and get to the gym. And so I love working out. I love fitness. Again, I love health. And I needed an alternative because I couldn't drive myself. I couldn't expect someone else to drive me. I couldn't spend money on a cab every day. And so when I learned about Beachbody and I actually started in September or October of last year, I was blown away because it solved 2 problems. One, it solved the problem of my getting to the gym because I could work out from home, I could get in my workout, I could sweat, I could do it on my own time. And then 2, I had left my job because of my health in 2014. So I was previously chief of staff to president of a university. I had my career sort of mapped out. I had a bachelor's degree from Notre Dame, master's and doctorate from Harvard, and I sort of thought my plan for my profession was to go this one direction. And thank God that life is not linear, because when I found this coaching opportunity and the fitness opportunity, it answered 2 prayers all at once. And so I am just thrilled, because the other thing that I found with this is that this is all about community, and it's all about family. It's all about helping people, and I'm passionate about that also. So that is me.
Yeah. I'll share a little bit about me too, because we have so many people in here too. So some of you guys know me, some of you don't. So Ruth Schroner, in college I was my heaviest. I'm 5'4", so I was about 170 pounds. I capped out at my heaviest there in college. And I was the girl who'd go to the swimming pool every summer and see the skinny girls, and I'd hate them, and I'd be like, you're lucky. You just look like that naturally. You got the good genes. That was definitely kind of like my thought process. And I also thought if I ever wanted to look how I look now, it would be possible, but I'd have to starve myself. And I'd have to work out for hours in the gym and be a cardio bunny with that. So at the very end of my college career, I wanted to lose some weight. And so I started restrictive dieting, including laxatives in that. If I would overeat, I'd take laxatives. And so it was very, very unhealthy. I ate a diet of cottage cheese, lean cuisine, salads, and yogurt. And that was pretty much it. I lost 30 pounds that way, but I had no idea how to actually eat for life and how to maintain that. And so over the next really 5 years after college, I yo-yoed. And to put it into perspective, I would gain and lose the same 15 pounds every year. I came in second place in our Biggest Loser competition at my job 2 years in a row. So I was just on the yo-yo. And every year it'd be the same thing where I'd starve myself, eat, starve myself, eat. Because I really didn't think I could look like I do now with eating food, with eating real food. And I love pizza, and I love wine, and I love cupcakes, and I love potatoes, and I love french fries. And I was like, if I have to cut all that out, I don't know if it's worth it to have it's not worth it. So then I found this program, Portion Control Containers, Shakeology. And I was like, I'll do it for 21 days and see what happens. And I was blown away because I was eating bread, I was eating potatoes, I was eating steak, I was even drinking wine and having chocolate. And I lost that last 15 pounds. I found my abs, and I haven't yo-yoed since. And so it was like, this was it. For me, I think everyone's different, but for me, I knew I couldn't do something that I couldn't do for life. So I wasn't interested in paleo or anything like keto or carb-free, just because that wasn't realistic to me. I know that works for some people, but it wasn't me. So when I found this, I was like, this seems maintainable. And I've maintained that. I competed in a bikini competition. I rocked out that bikini competition using 100% Beachbody program, Shakeology, and a performance line. I rocked that stage. No personal trainer, no nutritionist, 100% at-home workouts, no more than 45 minutes a day up until 80-day obsession, where now some days are an hour. But at the time, I only worked out for 45 minutes a day at home and followed portion control nutrition for my bikini competition. I'll drop some photos in the thread here. So yeah, that's kind of my story. Okay, so you guys we have a few moms down here. How do you guys, we always get this question, how do you eat healthy with a family? Like feeding your family and eating healthy. Really quick, what's your biggest tip?
My biggest tip is I like to make anything, like I love pizza. So I usually make like pizza casseroles. Kids love it. I usually do like the turkey pepperoni, stuff like that, and wheat noodles for my casserole. But I always try to make it friendly for my kids because I really do want them to eat healthier. So that's, I don't really know a great tip, but that's what I usually do. I try to just make it like pizzas, tacos, and spaghetti. I mean, anything that's 21-day fix plan.
Because all those things are obviously approved. Like, we can eat all those things, spaghetti, pizza, tacos.
And that's what's great. I love it.
It's the same thing. You have to find what your kids like and then what you like, and you go by like the 21-day fix meal plan. And if they eat pizza, then you find a pizza fix for you also, and they have no idea.
They don't know it's healthy. They don't know it's a healthy pizza.
No.
Francis, what about you?
Sure. I'm married, don't have kids, but one thing I noticed about my husband when we first got married, which was 4 years ago, is I called him a diet saboteur because, or a health saboteur, because whenever I set my mind towards something, he'd be like, oh no, honey, we go out to eat and I'd order something that was healthy, and he's like, no, don't you want fries and a burger? And yeah, I sort of did, but I didn't need him. I would give in to him. So I had to have a sit-down conversation with him and say, look, these are my goals. This is my reason why I want these goals. I need you to help me out. We need to get this out of the house. We need to get that out of the house. I'm not strong enough. And so he really helped me along. So I guess my biggest tip is be honest with your loved ones and those that share, a house, a home with you, and tell them what your goals are and get them behind you. And honestly, whatever change that you decide to make is going to be for their well-being also.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I would add on too, well, I told my husband he could starve if he didn't want to eat the healthy food I was making.
That's a good, yeah.
Eat it or starve.
Period.
But, I think the same thing, like, these foods don't suck. It's like your normal staples. I'm like, well, what are you eating if you're not eating tacos and pizza and spaghetti? In my mind, I'm like, well, what else is there to eat? Like, what are you making? But to me, the big thing is overall health and, like, making sure you're healthy and you have energy and, like, you're not going to have heart disease down the road because of things you're putting in your body today. That doesn't just go for my husband, but children, future children as well. Like, I want them to have a fulfilled, energized life, and what we put in our mouth directly impacts that. Whether you realize it or not, when you're tired, when you're lethargic, when you're crabby, when you're craving things, when you're moody, guarantee you it's because of what you're putting into your mouth or your sleep. Those two things impact so much. So if you are feeling that way, you need to look at what you're eating and you need to look at your sleep patterns. Those two things are going to make a massive impact in the quality of your life. All right, so we always hear this, all the time. I cheated, I fell off the wagon, I had a bad meal. What's your guys' response like? How do you overcome that? Or when people say that to you, like, what's your response in regards to, like, oh, I messed up?
Honestly, like, I tell a lot of my challengers that it's okay if you mess up and that you just pick right back up because, no one ever really fails in this. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's human. So it's definitely okay. I'm not saying it's okay to cheat, but it happens. I've cheated so many times and it has not affected me. I've lost 54 pounds, in 7 months. And let me tell you, I've had pizza, actually pizza from Little Caesars. I've had Chick-fil-A. I have my cheat days probably once a week sometimes. But that was after I lost a few of my pounds, when I hit my goal weight. But, I have my challengers that completely fall off or that they do come back. But I always, I'm never just going to be like, don't ever let that happen again. I'm just going to continue to cheer them on because it happens. You're going to fall off. But, I always just encourage them to keep going every day. So if you fall off one day, just start back over and just do it again. So.
Yeah, I've been being like their biggest cheerleader, and it's okay if you skip the healthy meal and you cheat every now and then. But the thing about it is, the longer you eat healthy, when you get that cheat meal, it doesn't taste as good as you wanted it to. And you're like,
oh, it does not feel good.
No, and you're like, but you're hilarious. But yeah, just but yeah, I don't know.
Awesome words now. Francis, what are your thoughts?
I think realistically, everyone's going to cheat sometime, some way. And I just say move on once it happens. And if you decide to cheat, I just think you should be mindful about it and enjoy it. Like, don't cheat and then be miserable while you're doing it and have to feel guilty. Like, take a moment. I had a donut the other day, and I decided I was going to have that donut, and I decided I was going to like it. I decided I wasn't going to have 5 because that's what I used to do. I decided I was going to have 1 and love that donut, and I love that donut. And then you move on. You don't let it sort of bring you down into, a deep, dark hole where you can't get out. So then you start eating more donuts and, other things that are unhealthy for you. So I just say, be mindful of it. Enjoy it when you cheat, because it's going to happen, and then move on. Get back on your path of health.
I love that. Like, you had one donut and you're like, I'm good with one donut. And that's what what is that saying? It's like, I dropped my iPhone and it cracked. So I decided to just smash it to pieces since it was already cracked. Like, you would never do that. And that's kind of the mentality people take with their health and fitness. They're like, oh, I had one donut. I messed up. So now I'm going to eat the entire donut store. And like, they just go, and it's like, I was there. I used to be that person. Yeah. I used to think that. And it truly is, because I actually thought that donut was changing my body. I'd be like, oh, I ate the donut. And I'd go look in the mirror and be like, oh, I gained 10 pounds. I can see it. Like, crazy. Like, we're crazy. That doesn't happen. When you have that, donut or that Wendy's or whatever it is, Chick-fil-A. I like Wendy's. We tend to be like, I gained. You literally like go get on the scale afterwards. Number one, just don't do that. But like, it's not going to all come back on from that one thing if you just you're mindful, and it's just like okay, one salad, I'm just gonna have that one thing. Yeah. And don't take that all or nothing mentality mindset with it. All right, cool. Well, this was fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. Drop any questions you guys have below. If you're in our 80-day obsession challenge group, keep rocking it out. We just did leg day earlier. So that's something you guys should know too, is like, yesterday was our off day because we had a really packed day yesterday. We went to a climbing center in Kansas City. So I had told them, plan for Friday to be your off day earlier on this week. And so we just kind of moved around the workouts. We don't do that normally. It's not like we're trying to move around workouts, but like things happen in life where you're traveling and you're busy. So if you're on the calendar with us, just know it's not the end of the world. You have to swap out a rest day on a Thursday and do your leg day on the weekend or something like that.
That's what's great about it. You could just switch it anytime if you have to. Yeah. Work around your schedule.
Absolutely.
Love it. Just get it in.
So if you're in our group with us, make sure, let's have a great weekend. Get ready to take some awesome progress photos come Monday. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And let's rock out this weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
I saw goosebumps on your legs.
Oh, I know.